Tariq St. Patrick burned all his bridges, but then he managed to rebuild them all. Welcome back to Fog Entertainment, and today on the channel we're going to be discussing why didn't Tariq St. Patrick just leave with Tasha? Well, I guess it's a simple answer, because he's in the game. I mean, he did promise her, once everything dies down, ma, I'll come with you and Yasmin and get you set up in a school, but you can't go out the game. The game's rigged. He's got course correct set up. He's got Effie working under him. He's got Braden working under. I say Braden working under him. I don't know. Braden seemed like he was on the verge of breaking down because I don't want to work for Tariq, which again makes sense. But what I tell you doesn't really make much sense in my eyes, at least, is this whole gimmick with Witsick, witness protection. Why was Tasha even in witness protection? Because the whole beef with Tommy got squashed. And if you want to argue, because there's other people that pose a risk to her, like who? Tariq used to bullshit line about Monet a few times in Noma, but the police wouldn't care. Why would the police care about Noma and Monet? End of the day, the police only cared because Tasha testified against. She testifies against Tommy, right? In the early seasons of the spinoff. And Tommy just lets it slide. I don't know. I think the shows. Honestly, I like these spin-offs. I like watching them, but when you actually break it down, logically, they don't make a lot of sense. Like, why would Tommy ever forgive Tasha and Tariq? It honestly, it makes like zero sense why he would. I feel like the only card that they've got left that makes sense for Tommy forgiving Tariq and Tasha is if they brought Ghost back. And Ghost was like, right, Tommy, I'm alive. That's the beef. Squashed in my family. Sort of thing. But, we've had this spin-off. It doesn't really... I don't get it. I don't really understand what is going on. To be perfectly honest, so we'll have to wait and see. I mean, we kind of... It's spoilt by the Tasha's actress that she would survive, but you know what I mean? I touched on it in the review yesterday. I feel like the spin-off was pointless. It felt see this spin-off, like, seeing I finished Par, and I knew there was 3 spin-offs, like, Tommy's going to Chicago, and I knew Tommy Flanagan was in that. I was like, oh, that's brilliant. Then you had the Raising Kanan prequel, which I'll be honest was the one I was the least excited for, but right now, in 2024, after watching and completing them all up to date, that's the one I'm most excited for. But Power Book 2 Ghost, the first couple of seasons, you had Sax, I love Sax. You had the whole court case against Tasha. You had Tariq trying to start from the ground up. I really enjoyed the introduction of the Tahara family. But I think the introduction of Noma at the start of season 3 is where this show began to go downhill. Just didn't really like. I don't think she was awful, but I didn't really like the character. You had Mecca's death, which I thought sucked. Then you had Lorenzo's death, which I thought sucked. It's almost like Mecca, especially Lorenzo's almost forgotten about. There's no overarching legacy of that guy's character, which for me is a real shame. But the more you look, it's just like. Was this spin-off pointless? I don't think it was pointless, but I feel like the more it went on, the more pointless it became. I think the earlier seasons mattered more because it was like direct. I don't know, you just had Rashad Tate in it a wee bit more. Sax. I think season 4 just became a bit of a clusterfuck, and I think they began just to rush things to wrap it up. So, anyway, guys, Tariq, why didn't he flee? Why didn't he leave the game behind and go with his family? He's just in the game and he wants to make money, but reality is he's making enough money, man. It's just greed at the end of the day. But I'm never going to get in between business and family again. Are you? Are you no big man? Well, we'll know. But anyway, guys, honestly, there's not really that many theory fids and discussion points to be made for Power Book 2 and the series finale. I might rank every character on a tier list or something, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, your thoughts down below. And that's big Stevie Cool here on Fog Entertainment signing out. Tariq, you should have chose your family. Hit that like button. Peace.